We know you're here, right? We need to go find someone.
Someone's gonna come collect me. Well, where did you get to? We were looking everywhere for you. I'll tell you later. Okay, listen, we need to get in there. Ignore Tom, okay? You just let him hear your story.
Mrs. King, we're ready for you.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I must now send you away to consider your verdict on the charges brought against the defendant, Thomas King.
Belle. Oh, you're right, love. Yeah. Listen, whatever happens, you have been amazing.
Really? Yeah, of course you have. And Rachel's testimony yesterday, that's going to help too. And Amelia, she did her best today.
It's up to the jury now, though, isn't it? No matter what we all think, they're the ones that get to decide.
Right. Now we're all sorted, if we're all in agreement, perhaps we could have a show of hands, see where we're at. 2 charges, one of assault, one of controlling and coercive behaviour. Show of hands for guilty. 6. Not guilty. Okay. Seems we're pretty much split down the middle.
So much for being in agreement.
Looks like we're going to have our work cut out. Where to start?
Perhaps at the beginning.
When everything was okay.
I was so excited. Asking the woman of my dreams to be my wife.
So what went wrong?
I suppose things just felt a little too much too soon.
So you turned him down? In short, you told him no?
Obviously, it wasn't the answer I was hoping for, but I wouldn't say I was angry. I just wanted to go off and lick my wounds.
He was still upset about it. He was angry even. But I didn't want to leave it like that, and that's when I grabbed his arm and he pushed me away.
It must have been enough to catch her off balance. She hit the side of her head. I felt terrible about it, we both did. But as Belle said herself at the time, it was an accident.
Quite. And as it turns out, this wasn't to be the last marriage proposal. Only next time it would in fact be Mrs. King getting down on one knee.
I guess a part of me wanted to put it right after last time. Because I turned him down. And I loved him. And he loved me. Or at least I thought. And things really were good for a while. Until the wedding day.
It wasn't exactly what either of us were hoping for.
He blamed me for it all. Like it was my responsibility because it was my family.
We got through it. Belle had this letter from her mother to be opened on the day of her wedding. I knew how much it meant to her. So I went up to bed thinking that she would join me when she was ready. But she never did.
No, he was quite clear. He said it was about time I did what he wanted. Our wedding night, and Tom told me to sleep downstairs. On my own.
So, what do we think of this marriage proposal?
Oh, too soon if you ask me, and clearly Belle thought the same.
Well, on the other hand, when you know, you know. I mean, maybe Belle was just looking for something with a bit more wow factor. I mean, she clearly delivered with a proposal on ice.
She certainly felt the need to impress him.
Well, maybe she just wanted to show him how much he meant to her. After all, it stuck by her even after she'd knocked him back.
Yeah.
Well, you don't agree?
I agree that it was too early for her to see him for who he really was, but there were clearly already signs.
Oh, signs? Come on. I mean, show me a person who says that their relationship is plain sailing. I'll show you a liar.
He made her sleep downstairs on their wedding night.
Yeah, he was trying to do a nice thing for her. Giving her a bit of time alone with a letter that her dead mother had written that was to be read on her wedding day. A day that had already proved really stressful for both of them. I mean, families. Of course she felt a bit rejected when she didn't come up to bed.
If this is as far as it went, then okay, maybe I'd give him the benefit of the doubt.
What, do you think that's what I'm doing?
Well, either that or you just don't understand.
I'm clearly not alone.
All I know is that this type of thing tends to start slowly, but these abusers know exactly what they're doing.
Come on.
When and who to charm and impress, but sooner or later, they're going to show their true colours. At least to the one who they claim to love the most.
You seem something of an expert.
Not an expert, no, but I am a woman, and it pays to be informed.
Ah, because all abusers are men.
Not all, no.
OK, if we're going to talk true colours, perhaps we should remind ourselves exactly what type of person Belle was before she met Tom.
Tell me about Gemma Andrews. At the age of 15, you were sentenced to 3 years in a youth detention center for her manslaughter. Must have had a serious impact.
Of course. But that was such a long time ago. And I'm not trying to minimize what happened, but I am not the same person.
I couldn't connect that history of violence to the Belle I knew and loved.
Of course I was worried how he might react. And yeah, maybe I should have told him sooner, but it was never my intention to not tell him.
Belle explained that she'd been on medication since the diagnosis. And though there'd been some ups and downs, she was confident that the medication was at the right level and working. And I took that to mean that the violent episodes had ceased and everything was okay. I believed her.
I had no concerns about my medication at this point. It's been quite some time since my last lapse, and even if I did, my mental health team, they were just a phone call away.
But there were occasions where I think maybe she would forget to take a medication. She could be pretty up and down. Moody, forgetful, argumentative. I tried to be as patient and understanding as I could be, but it was taking its toll.
I never forgot to take my medication. It was too important.
OK, folks, so here we have a qualified veterinary surgeon of good standing with a clean record.
Which means nothing.
And a convicted murderer with serious mental disorder.
It was accidental manslaughter. Let's at least try to be accurate.
Yeah, for all the difference that makes. Look, she's already ended one life, and now she's trying to destroy another. Are we going to be complicit in that?
Remind me exactly who is on trial here.
Abusers are very good at playing the victim, pulling the wool over people's eyes.
Right, and isn't that just what Tom's doing?
Yeah, except that I don't think you're talking about Tom, are you? I see. Regardless, Belle is the principal witness here. Look, the question we have to ask ourselves is whether a convicted killer with a history of extreme medical instability can be considered a reliable witness.